Thank you so much for considering being a rad group leader. We look forward to seeing the impact that not only you have as a leader on the people around you, but the impact that your group has not only on this church, but the community around us. As we dive into this leader playbook, what you're going to get is an understanding of what it means to lead a rad group. And we'll talk through a few different things, but this will be broken up into a few parts of this training. And I encourage you and ask that you please try to knock all of these out within the time you're sitting down right now going through this. The reason is because I want you to have the ability to ask questions, follow up, or just, take some more time to process these things before your group kicks off. So again, we're going to dive into this. I'll go a little quickly. That way I can fully use your time and not take too much of it. And let's dive right in. So, a lot of these things are going to be things that you're already going to understand. A lot of these are going to be kind of common sense things. But the reason that we're going to run through these all together is because one of the goals as a life group leader, or I should say a rad group leader, is that you are developing leaders inside of your group. As you continue to do your group, you may be able to identify as the ball moves forward that some people in your group should already be leading their own group. Or you can start to see that light of, I can see this guy, this girl, this couple eventually leading their own group. And that's a good thing. But as that comes, they're probably going to start to ask you questions of what does it look like to lead a group? What do I need to lead a group? And by you going through this training, it's going to allow you to have those conversations confidently to where you can guide them in the direction of leading their own group. So let's dive in. A rad group is two or more people who do life together. They share ups and downs with each other, encouraging one another and ultimately growing closer to God together. A rad group is the biblical model of a community, a place where relationships grow and no one goes alone. A rad group is where strangers become friends and friends become family. Now, rad groups build community. We believe that God created us to be in community with others. Then we can fully experience the full life He intended for us. We believe that life change happens best in the context of relationships. They grow in these communities in meaningful ways. Relationships can be hard to find, especially in this day and age. Well, exactly why rad groups exist. They exist to give you access to thriving, relevant, life changing communities with people who share common interests. Now, again, as I was sharing a little bit ago, rad groups build leaders. Leading isn't just something that people are born into. We believe that leaders are released, leaders are grown. And as a rad group leader, one of your goals will be to grow leaders. Again, leadership is nothing more than influence. We believe that all influence comes through different ways throughout the day, whether it's at work, home, school, everywhere. But Jesus calls us to live different, a different kind of influence, one that has an eternal impact. The moment we decide to follow Christ, we accept the call to influence. Now, jumping over to page 2, at Radical Church, we have three different types of rad groups. We have ongoing, short term, and one on one. Now, we build out all of these groups around common interests so that people can gather together around things that they enjoy, value, and in many cases, they are already doing. Now, the group types that we do have, like I said, is ongoing. We often launch these in the fall and the following school year ending in May or June. In some cases, groups will continue following together and working together throughout the fall, but groups are encouraged to multiply and keep building more and more relationships with other members of the larger Radical Church family. Again, I encourage this to happen as we continue to grow as a church. We're going to continue to have a need for more groups. Next ones that we have are short-term groups, and these launch throughout the year and have specific target goals and end dates. Whether it's something like financial peace, or it's a short-term study that is only 12 weeks or 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever that might look like, they have a clear indication on a start date and an end date. Now, all of these groups fit within one of these categories: married, co-ed, men, women, family, or young adults. Now, relationships, we must understand that they grow through consistency. So let's make sure we are consistent in the dates that we set. Follow us over for part 2.